And we're live. Good evening. I'm happy to be here. Don't come for my gilly. My daughter tied it for me. Okay. My name is Fumilola Akitola Williams. I am the lead coach. Just give me a moment. I'm the lead coach at the Informed and Reformed Teens Academy. It's an online mentorship academy. Sorry about that. I was trying to. All right. So just get right to it. My name is Fumilola Akitola Williams. I'm the lead coach at the Informed and Reformed Teens Academy. It's an online mentorship academy. We have um we have a curriculum that will run girls through from the ages of 10 to 18 to help them as they begin to process life and they're beginning to evolve into the kind of young person that is profitable to everybody that they come across. I was church today. Did you go to church? I did. All right, today we're talking about something that is going to rub off on your ego just a little tiny little bit, but you're going to be fine, okay? We're going to talk about how you handle disappointment in your teenage girl. So, disappointment can be anything. As a matter of fact, the biggest of disappointment, yeah, I think I've shared the story of some parents while I was in secondary school and how that she got pregnant while we that has to be the I think that has to be the biggest, Of course there are other things worse than that, but that's what is mostly, most people are afraid of, So but I like to tell you that that's not even the biggest thing that can happen. Your daughter getting pregnant is not the biggest thing. The biggest thing that can happen is your daughter making a mistake and then she's not rising from it. That is even more disastrous than whatever mistake it is that might have been made. That being said, so but for most, especially for Nigerian parents, African parents, even parents everywhere, everybody wants their daughters, to just grow up and um they want the daughters to grow into the kind of adult that is presentable, blah 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 blah, that does not, according to them, do not shame them. I do not know what that statement means. Some of us don't have shame. So they don't sense my image. Remember the daughter of who you are, and every time you're saying to your daughter to remember the daughter of who she is, I hope you're also teaching her what that really means, because that's just a vague, ambiguous statement. It could be anything. Whose daughter is she? Have you taught her? Does she know her values? Does she know herself? Do you know her? Do you know who she? Do you understand? So the next time you want to use that word, your parents they put that card on us a lot. Remember the daughter of who you are. Well, it's just it's not just a statement that he can just is not a blanket statement. Before you're telling your daughter to remember the daughter of who she is, that means some workings behind the scene. You understand what I mean? Okay. So as I was talking about how that disappointment could be anything, but the one that is big for most parents. Are you aware that some parents, when they are for whatever reasons, when their daughters get pregnant for whatever reasons, they are the ones that take their daughters to commit to do abortions. Yes, some parents do that. And you're beginning to wonder, to tell you how it is, how steeped it is that we are in these conversations. We just do not want, and that's why I said it's going to rub off on you a bit. But if you just listen and hear me out, you will see that, I'm actually, everything that I'm going to be sharing is what will benefit you and then your daughter in the process of your daughter's becoming. So, really, question is, what does it mean? What does disappointment really mean? That's where you should start from. What do you mean? My cousin, shout out to Bimbo. So Bimbo will say, how does someone that does not appoint you, how does the person disappoint you? I don't know whether that makes sense. Like someone that does not, do you understand? How are you disappointed? Was there an expectation? Do you understand? So let's start from there. And why am I saying this? Because as your daughter is growing, as your daughter is finding her faith, as your daughter, you have to know ahead. What I'm doing is I'm preparing you ahead. Your daughter will do some things that you're thinking that she should know. Really, who should tell her? No, that scripture now. How shall they err unless they are told? Do you understand? Who should tell her? How should she know? Do you understand? So that when that time comes, I'm not saying it to be magna. It doesn't have to be something. It could just be something as simple as sometimes it's something as big as what I've earlier mentioned. But of course, it has happened. It has happened. It's the only reason why it cannot rehappen again is if there's some bit of intentionality. Okay, so now disappointment could be anything, and that's why I'm not asking you a question. What does the word disappoint? When I was praying for this, I was just laughing. So I was just praying because what you're thinking, I will say, is not what I have come to say to you. So question really is, what does it mean? Or does that I'm disappointed in you? Oh, and some of us will take it a notch higher. We go like, I'm ashamed. You see, what's the word now? I'm ashamed of you. Please don't ever say that to your daughter. Do not ever say to your daughter that you are ashamed or that you are disappointed. Please, that's what I'm asking you again. What does disappointment really mean? What does it mean? Your daughter is just, she's not one thing parents will have to understand eventually is that our daughters are not fully grown. Their brains is still developing. So how do you begin to get disappointed by a child that is still growing? That is still trying to find their way, figure things out and everything. So the next time you want to quickly use that word, I'm disappointed, you need to go back and ask yourself what it is to really, what does it really mean? So today, I'm challenging you. Stop using that word on your child. If you're watching me live, put in the comment section. I will never say such word to my child again. Do not say that I'm disappointed in you. Don't say that I'm ashamed of you. Those are too heavy words. Like it's too heavy. The meaning goes deep into the consciousness of a child. That for something as for a child that is still, you see, I'm using the word child because yes, she's a teenage, but she's still a child. She's not an adult yet, so she's still finding her way. So am I saying you should not excuse stuff? No, I'm saying as a parent of a teenage girl, you have to see beyond. And that takes me to the first thing I'm going to be talking about. So, how do you handle it? So, and how you handle it is going to determine what your daughter will come up with consequently. So if your daughter knows that, oh, if I make a mess, there's someone to help and guide me on the right path to correct me, not to shame me and everything, there is a problem. But if your daughter is already in her head, she's already thinking, oh, no matter what I do, mommy is always disappointed. Well, no matter what I do, dad is always disappointed. Oh, dad is ashamed of me. And that begins to go and erode a confidence, a self-esteem. It begins to go and erode all of the things that you've been trying to work on. So that's why it's very, very important. No matter the level of your provocation, no matter the level of your frustration, that's why we keep saying that on this parenting your teenager or a teenage girl work, you need to develop your emotional intelligence. There's no how you want to do this because the way the girls will try you. Girls can try you. I was in a group of coaches and then we were having a conversation. And then one of the ladies was sharing with me that how that she had a class for girls and then she opened the group chat for them to be having conversations. And he said the kind of words that she was hearing, the words were just flying left to right as it. I was just laughing. I said, "Ah, you should have known now. You're opening group chat for girls. As how now? That means to say that girls can try you. But see, do not forget, I told you last week, your girl doesn't really mean to. Like, oh, I want to make you mad. I want to make you. Your girl doesn't wake up with the aim to say, oh, as I'm waking up today, it is disgrace my mom that I want to go and do. Your girl does not wake up today to say, as I'm waking up today, it is to go and disappoint my mommy or my daddy. That is my aim. No, no child wakes up like that. So she's still figuring things out. But because you expect a whole perfect human being, and that is the error that we make, that's the mistake that we make. Forgetting that even you yourself as an adult, you're also a work in progress. We are all work in progress, including your child. So the idea is to grow alongside of your child. Grow alongside of your child. That's the idea. As you're growing, your other is growing. As you're growing, your other is growing. So you're able to extend grace to each other whenever it is that you need it. So number one, so that's what I'm saying. Go and ask yourself again, what does it really mean? That word that we use. Oh, I'm ashamed of this child. Oh, this child has brought this. Oh, I'm so disappointed. Oh, all of those, it's just mere emotions. That will not get the job done. So the number one thing you need to be doing, how do you handle disappointment in your teenage girl? Number one, discern for yourself. Discern what disappointment is from struggling. Sometimes the thing that we call disappointment is your daughter is just struggling. Your daughter is learning. You didn't start teaching your daughter on time. Oh. You started teaching her around maybe 10, 11, 12. When the window of opportunity, another one hasn't yet opened. And because you have taught her three times, and you begin to say things like, oh, I've taught you this one before. You should have known it. I'm disappointed. I'm ashamed. And your daughter is wondering, Mommy, I'm trying my best here. Can you see? Can you hear her? Can you hear her? So please discern. Discern what disappointment. That's why I said, what does it really mean? That word itself, what does it really mean? That word I always say. I'm disappointed. What's the meaning of that? Because I don't know the meaning. My daughter has let me not say my daughter. Maybe I should just say she keeps appointing me. Maybe I should say she keeps appointing me so that I'm not for a child that is still a work in progress. So you should know. So discern when she's struggling or what is it? You know what? Gee, this thing is in the mind. So when you understand that, oh, this is my daughter struggling, It changes everything for you. Does that make sense? This is my daughter struggling. For example, you're trying to work in a skill or a value or whatever. You're trying to do particular work and it's not yet done. And she now does it. I don't mean work as in chore. Probably you're trying to work. Okay, for example, let me say, maybe let me use something. Maybe your daughter keeps lying. Yeah, and then she just look for one big unnecessary lie, and then you begin so. And you say, oh, next thing, instead of you to run, this is your struggle. See, everybody has that. That's what's in the scriptures now. I was born in iniquity, my mother, blah blah blah, in iniquity. So that's the nature. The default nature of human is to learn, is to lie. So it is the honesty that you will now be teaching deliberately and intentionally. So you're gonna be asking yourself, okay, why is she lying? Is my environment safe? Is my environment not safe? Is the daughter afraid? Why is there any to impress? Is there any to protect herself? Is she protecting herself from me? What is she protecting herself from? That she's feeling that she needs to lie. The way Adam and Eve thought that they needed to protect themselves from God and they have to lie. It is the same thing. It is a defense mechanism of the brain. So question is, what kind of environment does my daughter have that she needs to feel that need? She needs to feel that pressure. Because it's a pressure. It's a pressure. Do you understand? So you begin to ask, so I begin to ask yourself those things. So that's an example. So now, so interviews now go say, oh, I'm so disappointed. Oh, I am so ashamed. Oh, I am this, I am that. You now begin to say, okay, this is my daughter struggling. How do I help my daughter to learn to speak the truth? What kind of things I need to put in place to help my daughter to say the truth and stick with it? Do you understand? That is you discerning between disappointment and struggles. But most of the times, parent, the lines are blurred for us. You just think that, oh, it's got, some of us will even go fast. It's not true. It's a lie. Oh, she's so used to it. She's just a pathetic. You begin to name your daughters. Please stop it. You begin to say terrible things because you're frustrated. Please, I'm telling us again. If you are frustrated, go and drink water. If you know how many times you drink water. If you are frustrated, go and drink water. I am serious. I am honestly serious. Go and drink water. You will calm down and you'll be fine. So that you can address what you need to be addressing. So discern. I just use that one as an example. It could be anything for you and your daughter. So find out, is it really a disappointment according to what you have said? Or this is your daughter struggling? And if your daughter is struggling, so the next thing, what's the matter with my network, please? Okay, it's good now. My network wanted to. So the next thing, how do you help your daughter? Determine who the disappointment is for. You or your ego. I'm serious. Is it your ego that is bruised and you're calling it disappointment? You should really name your emotions right. A struggling child. For example, I'll not go to academics now. So, for example, you think that your daughter is not catching up in particular subjects. She's not catching up in a particular, and then you begin to say, and because in that school, you've already told all of the parents there, oh, my daughter, oh, she's so fantastic cat. Oh, she's so fantastic cat. Do you understand? And you have got to go and make mouth. Oh, my daughter can do this. My daughter can do that. You have got to go and make mouth without doing the groundwork that you need to be doing. And that girl is not meeting up to the what's it called, the portrait that you have made of her. You are the one by yourself, by yourself. So you need to also determine and so if the girl does not make up to whatever it is that you have set for her. So who was really disappointed? It is you that you have disappointed her by placing her on the pedestal that you have not prepared her for. I mean to say things like, so that's why I'm saying, find out, are you really disappointed, or is it your ego that is bruised, that parenting ego, because because you are portrayed the daughter in a certain, African mothers, we are on this table a lot. And you begin to, what is the big deal? It's what you can do. And you begin to even add pressure upon a struggling child. Because because you think that you need the validation of other people to say that, oh, it's true. You need the applause. Your daughter doesn't need that applause. Your daughter needs to grow in quietness, in steadiness, and in structure. Not in all of this showcasing that you're showcasing up and down. No. Your daughter has a class scores A, all A's in all of our subjects. You go and upload it on your Instagram, on your Facebook, on your status, WhatsApp, everywhere. You go and upload it. You go and even screenshot the whatever. Then the day she struggles, you begin to say, oh, I'm disappointed. I'm ashamed of you after what I have paid. Can you understand? Can you see what I'm saying? So question, is it your ego that is bruised? Because most times, what we call disappointment is actually bruised egos. because our daughters do not, according to you in your head, you've placed her in a particular, you want her, and it's fine to give your daughter's expectations. But the question is, are you working? Are you helping her to ensure that she's able to do, and then that expectation? Another thing, do you understand your daughter? Do you know you're saying, yeah, oh, she's just lazy, she's just, but this is a child that is struggling. She's struggling, obviously, but you can't see because in your head you have a picture. And that's why, my coach always said to us that the child that you have is the one that you should parent. The child that you have is one that you should work with. That one that you want to go and be, that one, that picture of the child in your head, that one does not exist. The one that exists, that you should do the work, is the one before you. So you have to ask yourself, who is really bruised? Is it my ego that is? Because see, these are the things that will change the game for you and your daughter, so that you can really sit down and do the work of helping your daughter. So when the next time you're saying that your daughter has disappointed you, or she has disgraced you, or she's whatever, you go and find out, is it me? Is it my daughter has really done that, or I'm the one? Have I provided the structure within which my daughter can optimize the pedestal that I've put her on? All of the pressure that I'm trying to put on my daughter, have I tried to understand? You swap tables, you go to school from morning till 6 p.m. and then you come back and then you are saying, sit down, you must hear this, because in your head, because you want to brag. Parenting is not bragging. Parenting is doing the work. You hold no one, you don't hold anyone. The only person you owe is God. So maybe that will help so that all of the unnecessary pressure can stop, so that you can really sit down with your daughter to understand. So if it is your ego that is bruised, you can go because in parenting, you do not need ego in parenting. You cannot parent successfully in putting your ego first, because your daughter will always bruise it, because she's growing, because she's forming, because she's finding herself. And your daughter is not a robot. She will not always conform. She will not always conform to what it is, what picture you have in your head. The picture of the golden child you have in your head, go and put it somewhere. So the one you have is the one that you're supposed to work with. And begin to go and for materials to help your daughter. How do I help her if she's struggling? So you go and put your ego aside. By the time you sit down with yourself, this is what I'm saying, you realize that all of these that you're really talking about, most of them is your ego. They must hear that my daughter did not pass JAMB once. What does that mean? Have I said that you go and fail JAMB? No. I've just said, have you put mechanisms in place to ensure, how does a child study? How does she assimilate? How does she understand? Your child is studying and you're shouting, hey, you're shouting everywhere. You are distracted everywhere, noise everywhere. And then you're saying she should study. Let's flip roles. So the next time you're saying, oh, she has this one, she has that one, you need to be asking yourself again, is it really my ego? And I've just told you, you cannot parent a teenage girl with ego. No, it will not work. You cannot parent a teenage girl with ego. So you have to parent in humility, in knowledge, not in ego. How can they hear that is my own daughter, that did not do this, it is my own daughter? All of those things will not help your daughter and yourself. All of those things will not help your daughter. Sit down with your daughter. Determine, I think it's my ego that is worrying me here. And you will know, because it is for your own personal aggrandizement. It's for your own personal aggrandizement, so that you can go and boast to your friends. So you can go and tell them, if you see what my daughter, do you understand? Like some competition. Please, your daughters are not competition. No. Your daughters are human beings, living, feeling, alive beings. They're not competition. So it is your ego that's talking. The next thing, how do you not help her to handle? The next thing, see your daughter's quote and unquote disappointment as a feedback of the work done so far. That is what I see. See, the way I've so conditioned my head, nothing can enter it. Nothing otherwise can enter. So if I see a gap, I say to myself, I'm brutally honest with myself when my daughter is concerned. Because I know that I don't have two shots. I don't have two, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't have another shot. I don't have another attempt to fix whatever it is. So I put my pride aside, I put everything aside, whatever it is I think I know, I put it aside. So if I'm seeing anything that's quote and unquote, you quote disappointment, I will say to myself, this is my feedback. That's how I took it in my head. So that's the feedback of the. So that means if I want to see better work, I better start putting another input. Do you understand? So I'm not going to go and be fighting her. For example, she's bad. If, for example, she's bad mannered. That's a feedback for me. How am I raising a child that is bad mannered? Yes. If she's fixated on the things that will not help her, I need to come back to myself because I need it is me first before her. So whatever it is that your daughter is exhibiting, that you're calling disappointment, you're calling to whatever. If you be honest with, I'm telling you this thing that it is a feedback of the work you have done so far. So please, I mean that's expo. That thing that you're calling disappointment, are you aware that you can flip it and it becomes a cheat code? So you begin to know where you begin to need to put the work. That's what you should do. That's what intentional parents do. So it's an expo. You see that this is the way this girl is moving. You've gotten the expo. Then you begin to need to, you know, need to sit yourself. How do I begin to put things in place to help this girl? It's an expo. So not all of the noise, all of the drama. Your daughter doesn't need drama. She needs a mom and a dad that understands what it means to raise a teenage girl in this 21st century. So whatever I'm telling you today, let's say Antonia, I know you. It is true. It may be hard to accept. Don't forget, I also have a opportunity. Is it opportunity? Is it almost? I don't even understand. So do not forget where. So when I say a lot of times when I say to you, I say to myself as well. So it's a feedback. You see a gap, that's a feedback. You see an attitude flaw, that's a feedback. You see struggling in academics, that's a feedback. You're saying she's not studying, but she has never seen you study. This is the one that makes me laugh the most. You're saying she's, the one that I have to tell myself the most, the truth. You say she's always on her phone. For some of you, I've given your kids phones, but she sees you do the same. So whatever you see, it is that you see in your daughter that you're calling disappointment. Please change the word. It is not disappointment, it is feedback. It is feedback. She's only regurgitating what has been put in her. So if you're now saying what you should not say, that is the expo. Sit down and do the work. Sit down, do the work. Stop all of the tantrums, all of the drama. That will not help your daughter. It won't help her. The next thing you need to do to be helping your daughter is you need to sit with her to understand. Your daughter, if you're your teenage girl, she wants connection, understanding, more than judging, more than criticizing, more than comparing. This is another thing that we do a lot. Subtle comparison. Subtle. It's not obvious. If you're not careful, if you're not watching yourself, if you're not self-aware, you will not know that you're comparing. I know that one will never do that though. What does that even mean? This particular one, I know this one will never behave like that. What does that? This is a subtle comparison. You adult, how would you feel? Would you be at your optimal capacity if you're being constantly subtly criticized? I mean, compared to somebody else. And that's a lot of reason why men, husband and wife, they have issues. Just look at that woman, see her hair, and then the one will go, oh, everywhere is crazy. He doesn't appreciate me. He doesn't love me. Child, it is the same thing. No one likes being compared. No one. No one. So sit with her to understand. I see that you're lying. Example. Why? That's what I do this is. So your brother goes and I say, why? Because I want to understand. Because why? I'm not getting why. Ask. I'm gonna I share my vulnerabilities a lot. So then just yesterday I wanted to sleep. And then the weather it wasn't really cold, it's getting beautiful. And I said, okay, pull off your socks and everything. So I saw that there was a cortex. There was a cortex on one of our toes. Initially, the thing in me, I was like, hey God. I could have started lecturing the way some of us start lecturing. I could have started. Do you not know our values? Have I not told you? Have I not? I could have. I just said, why is it why is it in your leg? Because to be honest, I was surprised. Because I don't even own a bottle of Cortex, to be honest. I don't even own one. I'm like, where is this coming from? And then he goes, it's an intrusive thought. I said, Jesus. What do you call intrusive? What is the meaning of intrusive? Do you know that was the honest truth? I said, okay, tell me, make me understand. What does intrusive thoughts make you want to do? So that the day to go beyond, you understand what I mean? I will know how to come in. So this one I said, please, all those your intrusive thoughts, please. And we began to have the conversations again. about all of those things about artificial beauty, blah blah blah. It's beauty is perfect. I'm not against it. All I'm just saying is that there has to be a stage, there has to be a level, there has to be an understanding. So I realized, okay, I have to come back to it again. That means my work is not done yet. So sit with her. That was an example that just came to my head as I was just teaching now. So yours could be anything. So seek to one. Okay, why? You might think like, oh, some people think that you're being weak, you're being no, but you're being a wise parent. So that if you know why, see, when they say a child is stealing, the first thing I say is that why? Why? Not are you hungry? Did I not give you food? Did I starve you? Why is this child stealing? Why? They say, oh, hey, this girl has got to go and do why? Why is she on those sites? Why? You must always seek to know why, especially if you are working with a teenage girl. And it will take all of your emotional intelligence, especially if it's a very serious matter. So that's what I'm saying to you now. If your daughter is showing signs early, it's good though. If she's showing early signs, see, you know how much God loves you. Honestly, showing signs of whatever it is that you're thinking, this thing is not easy, is good. So they can go back. Is it that my curriculum is faulty? Is it that I'm doing something and I'm presenting another? Teenagers know. They know when you're being hypocritical. They know. They know when you're not, when your words and your actions don't match. They do know. They know. You're the one kidding yourself, thinking that they don't know. So is my words and action not matching? Is she rebelling? Is she confused? Is it pressure? Is it internal work? Do you understand? Begin to think from all angles. That's what it means to sit with your daughter to understand. Don't judge. Don't forget, we also were it. If we remember that we used to be 13, I think that helps me a lot in my journey with my daughter, honestly. I just remember that I used to be 13, I used to be 12, I used to be 14, I used to be 15, and I can remember some of the specific things I've done. So that way I can cut my daughter some slack. So please match my words. I haven't said cut slack and then don't do what you need to do. No, I'm just saying when you understand, you know exactly what it is that you're tackling. How do you begin to treat what you don't know? How do you begin to treat what you don't know? So sit with her to understand. They in that stage, that's what they don't want. Another mistake that parents make is that we still think that your teenage girl is still a baby, toddler. No, they are not. Oh, my daughter and I were having a conversation the other day, and I asked her a particular question. See, to be honest, I did not think that she would know it because when I was her age, I did not know it. She told me, I said, hey, okay now. I said, do you know the meaning of this one? She said, yes now. I said, hey God, oh. I had to start asking, where did you hear it from? And don't also forget the law of first impression. I mean, the law of first mention is very important. Please, all of these things, all of these issues, all of it is very important though. So they're not going to be saying that she's me, she's lazy. So sit with them, understand. Sometimes you can, you'll be shocked that they're not even thinking. Honestly, see, sometimes we think that we expect so much from a brain that is not always thinking, from a brain that is not always rational. Should be that the teenage brain is not yet rational because it's still growing. So that kind of brain you want perfect outcomes, perfect decisions, perfect. Are you kidding? That's why you need to constantly keep doing the work. Constantly. That's why your work doesn't stop. So the next thing you want to do with your daughter to handle disappointments, according to you, is never label her with her issues. Parents, please, this one, don't do it. Don't label your daughter with her issues, and do not give anybody any permission to label your daughter. Please, if you're watching live or if you're watching a replay, when you get to this point, put in the comment section. I'll come back to read the comments. Do not label your daughter. Do not give anybody the license or permission to label her, because labels stick. Labels stick. I follow a woman on Facebook, very, doing amazing stuff. And she said she struggled with self-esteem issues up until she was 40. And that she strongly believes that it was her self-esteem issues that even made her to go and be with the kind of person that she married. She said because all through her years in her mother's house, her mother called her a fool, a fool, a fool. You are a fool. You don't think. You are a fool. You don't think. You are a fool, a fool. Can we stop? If only you knew how powerful your words are in the life of your child, you'll be using every waking moment to be saying the right stuff to them. Don't label. Ah, she's dumb. Oh, she doesn't know this. Oh, she's clumsy. Oh, she's slow. Oh, she's this. Labels stick. Don't label her. Do not give anyone permission to label your child. They say, ah, she's dumb, and you sit down there. Say, ah, she too, she should adjust. What is that? Say, my daughter is not dumb. Protect her. Protect her. And you yourself, what are you using your mouth to say all of those things because you are frustrated? Because, oh, she didn't do so well in that mathematics. I never did so well in mathematics. So I don't even know. I think I should ask my mom for my math result. I never did. And my mother never once called me a fool. Never. I'd never had it in her mouth. But a matter of fact, my math teacher was coming to class. I was all scattered. I was all disturbed, all distraught. I was just everywhere. I was still saying to my daughter the other time, I said, please, will you come and be? I'm being vulnerable. I will share with her. I said, do you want to come and start teaching me maths now? I'm serious. I am serious. But does that make me a dull person? Does that make me a dull? Does that make me a fool? No. I just learned maths differently. My teachers didn't know any better way to teach me. And that was where that gap was. Because amazingly, okay, I will not go into that. But not once did my mother say she's dumb, she's a fool. All of those things, it has to go and stop. Don't forget, I told you, go and find out. This is your ego that is bruised. Because you have told them that your daughter will pass and they should clear all of the scholarships. So it's your ego that is bruised. It's your ego that is bruised. It is your ego that is bruised. It is your ego. It is your ego. So don't label. Whatever it is that the issue is, do not ever label your daughter with the issues. Don't ever. Don't join other people to run your daughter down. Don't. Let your words build. Let your words live. How hard is it? How hard? I can't remember the last time. To be honest, I can't remember the last time. I can't. I want to build with your words. Build your daughter with your words. Not attach label and stick. Some of you even go to it's just you're just like, and then you begin to go into the family and you're just dull like living in your father's family. Say it's a joke. What kind of joke is that? Or you are just like your mother's family, and I begin to say all of those things. Don't forget this is a struggling child. Don't forget. And no matter what I told you, I said differentiate between struggling and disappointment. This is a struggling child, and you're adding this. What do you think is happening to her mind? What do you think is happening to our result? That's what we don't know. That's what you don't think of. You don't think it through when we say those things. Don't label. And do not give anybody permission to label your daughter for you. Next thing I now do, workout means to help your daughter and fill the gap. That's the next thing that I used to do. I see a gap. I begin to create curriculum. Sharp. Me, I cannot waste time. I've told you, if you see a gap in your child, the only thing to do is not to go and be shouting, hey, she's not listening. I've been teaching. Hey, she's not listening. Really? Keep saying it. Keep saying she's not listening. Keep saying it. Continue to say that she's not listening. It should be according to your words now. You have been saying it. So when you see a gap, work out, how do I help my daughter? I've shared with you how my daughter was struggling with life at the time, and what I did. Work out means to help your daughter, whatever it is, whether you need, she needs, you need to, the two of you need to read up, the two of you need to go to, look for more knowledge, whatever you need to do, depending on whatever the issue is. If it's a boy issue, please attack it. If it's a boy issue, attack it. That's why we have Truth Academy. I say, bring your girls, and fill the gap. Because really, misbehavior is knowledge gap. Honestly, most misbehaviors, they are knowledge gaps. So as you now work on the gap, help your daughter, because that is why you are in her life. I was in a session yesterday, and then when the woman, the coach talking, said it would be a disaster for your daughter to leave your home still struggling and wondering what she is and what she's about and what her purpose is. As I was folding clothes, I was listening to the class and everything. But when I add that, it's stuck in my head straight. How true? She said it's a disaster. It's a big parenting failure For your daughter to live in your house for 15, 20, 18, some of us even 25 years, and then she goes out there into the world, begins to figure out things again. Your daughter should eat the world running. That's the idea. She should eat the world running. That's why you have that time to groom, to prepare. Some of us, we let our parents when we're still, what am I called for? Where am I called for? What am I to do? Is a gap. And then you want the same thing to be repeated. It will be repeated if you don't look for a way. Any way. The other is struggling with phone addiction. Please collect the phone first. She will. Oh, she will. Oh. You know that is struggling with focus. Collect the phone first. You know that is struggling with bad friends. Please scrutinize the circle of friends. You know that is struggling with studying. Study with her, like with her. Study with her. It's no. That's the fastest, the cheapest way. This morning I woke up, I needed to do deep work. As I carried my laptop, she carried her laptop. No, and I waited for 3 hours. That's how they spend the first 3 hours of our morning. So whatever works, as in whatever you need to do, please do it. Do it. Don't forget what I said. It will be a disaster for your daughter to leave your home and she's still wondering, trying to figure out her way, trying to find out why, what, A, E, walking in confusion, and you are there because you don't want your ego to be bruised. What you should be doing, you're not doing it. So the next thing you need to do, create opportunities for feedback sessions. Feedback. Do you catch up with your daughter? Because I do. Catch up. There should be a catch up time. When you sit together, say, okay, what's up? What's going on? I don't mean what's up literally like that, but I mean, the time to say, okay, what's been happening? Yes. Feedback. So how is it going now? So that math, how is it going now? That friendship, how is it going now? Feedback sessions, so that you will know where it's remaining that you go and address, because you know that you understand that you need to address it. You understand that you need to address it. Create opportunities for feedback sessions between you both. Your daughter comes to you say, "Mommy, we need to talk," and somehow you look for a way to just look for a way. You just look for a way because you can't. I don't know. I told you these days. Another, I'm doing something. Another says, "Mommy, it took me time to get there, but I realized that now it just kicks in." That's my response these days. Whatever I'm doing, I drop it straight. But before I got to that level, she said, "Mommy, I'm talking to your sister. You're even still pressing your phone." Oh, it took me years. But now where we are is, "Mommy, everything. If I'm not at home, if it's at work, Mommy, papa, we mail." So whatever, you have to look for a way out for yourself. You have to look for a way out for yourself. Sometimes it's on the mail that will catch up. Say, okay, Mommy, blah 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 blah, Mommy, and then you begin. You understand? You have to. There's no other way. There's me. If I know another way, I'll tell you. There's no other way. Because that feedback will help you. You know where your work will remain. As I am like this, I know where my work will remain. Oh, trust me, I do. Am I putting it? You constantly. That's what you're here for. That's what you're here for. Create opportunity for feedback sessions between you and your daughter. Feedback, not lecture, sermon. Feedback, the one that you have done. How is it going? Check with her. What are the struggles? How can I help? What can I do? Don't forget, your daughter is more willing to get ourselves together than you know. Nobody wants to be messed up. Nobody. But the question is, do I know how not to be messed up? Does your daughter know how not to be messed up? That's what this conversation is about. So create opportunity for feedback between you both. That this is perhaps the most important. Envision your adult daughter. Some of you have you ever done that? Just sit down in your mind's eye. My daughter has 20. My daughter has 25. My daughter has 30. What kind of daughter do you want to see then? This will help you. This will be a game changer for you. As I'm saying it like this. So because that vision that you see, that is the next one now. Some of us don't even have an idea. Our daughter, even your daughter next year, you don't have an idea. Because in your head, all you see is what she's not doing well, what she's not doing right, what she's not doing well, she's not doing this one. Some of you are just perfectionists. I don't know who sold us this lie that your daughter has to be perfect and you also have to be perfect. infallible. Let me use that word. You know that she must never do anything wrong. Who told you? I don't know who told you. My daughter is constantly doing a lot of wrong stuff, but we're constantly teaching. Constantly teaching. You know, there's this scripture I now like, oh, I use it a lot. I say, until Christ is formed in you. Of course, that Christ meaning wisdom, until wisdom is formed, until values is formed. So me, I just use Christ, to embody everything that I want to be formed in now. That's just an enlightened note. But it is true. I say Christ is formed in you. No, Christ is formed in you. So please, ambition. Because why? I have ambitioned. My daughter in 15 years. I do not expect that my daughter will be 15 and 16. I will not be chasing, hey, come and do this. Oh, I will not be looking for what is not lost at 16. I don't think so. That's not the kind of work. That's not why I'm putting all of this kind of work I'm putting in. I have a vision of my daughter as 20. And a vision of my daughter as 25. Every 5 years. So that's the cheat code I've just given you. So I know what I want to see in that time. I don't want to say a daughter that will stress me. I don't want to say I'm not a resourceful daughter. I don't want to say a daughter that will be chasing after frivolities. That's not what I want to see. So what do I need to do? The next point, I begin to walk in line with the vision that I have. Do you have a vision for your daughter? Do you? This one I was saying to say, Judith, sorry. I was saying, this one. I say, oh, mommy, do not overstimulate my brain. I say, okay. I also know when to step back. But it's there. What to do is there. So it's not for lack of what to do. Why? Because there's a vision in my head. And that vision is not about what I just wish, what I just no. It's about I've told you several. I've told us severally. Let's go to God. This daughter that I have, what this daughter that I say I should come and be mother and be father. What is she meant to be doing? Who is she meant to be? Get that template and I begin now to envision. This is who my daughter will be. So me, I will not. It's not. Some people say, I know you can do everything. And no, not me. Not me. No, I don't think like that. I focus on what I want to say. I focus on what is right, and that is what will happen. And don't forget, I always told you, when you not do all of this, you go back to God as well. You're not doing anything. So I cannot have two mind. I don't want to have two mind though. When it comes to the kind of what I have envisioned. So envision your adult daughter. Maybe if you do, it's maybe when you smile and you now see that daughter all put together, being a blessing. She's now doing this, she's not doing that. She's following her career, she's following her purpose. She's not distracted. She's not giving you a headache in any way. Maybe that will not help you to buckle. Say, okay, before we get there, that means work has to be done. Because that's the idea. That's the idea. God told Abraham, look here, look there. I'm sure he must have seen. And that scene, what did that scene do? Propelled him to move. The same thing should do to you. He said, I don't even know how to look. Oh, really? Look. What kind of daughter, what kind of adult daughter do I want to see? If you have never thought of it, this is time to go and be thinking about it. Envision. Do you envision her being, do you understand? So if you don't envision her doing all of those, why are you saying all those words to her? Why are you calling all the things that you're calling her? Because she's a younger person. She's an old human being like you. So if you truly envision her making changes, making progress, doing well, flourishing, thriving, everywhere she's in her generation, she has a voice, she has a word. If you envision her like that, you will not call her foolish, you will not call her fool. You will not. I'm serious. It may be a hard truth, but it's the truth. So your vision must align with what you're saying. The two must go together. Envision her. So if this is the only thing you take from this class today, go and sit down with it. Envision your adult daughter. Envision her. How do I want her to say in 10 years? Have you seen teenagers on TikTok, young adults on TikTok? I don't envision my daughter like that. I don't. So what I have envisioned of my daughter will not help you. So it will not control your thoughts and your words. And it also control the kind of work you need to put in place to ensure that envisioned daughter, because she has to come alive. That envisioned daughter has to come. She has to. Then the next thing, of course, it goes without saying, you now walk in line with the vision that you have. Without a vision, you will perish. Without a vision, you'll be tired. That's why I cannot be tired though. Me, I cannot. That's why I shout out to people that have, 3 kids, 4 kids, 5 kids. You're doing a whole lot of work, and I pray that the Lord bless you and your work will not be in vain. So you can't be tired. You can't be tired though. You have the amount of work you have if you have one child is one that if you have 4 children, you can't be tired. You can't be tired of teaching. You can't be tired of guiding. You can't be tired of instructing. You can't be tired of correcting. You can't be tired of putting boundaries in place. You can't be tired of praying. You cannot be tired. You cannot. You're not allowed to be tired. You can't be tired. Work with the vision you have. See Moses. Hish. Have you seen Moses? Are you aware that there was no prophecy to say that it is Moses that will not deliver Israel? There wasn't any such thing. No. But Jochebed just envisioned. That's what she did. She envisioned. Is there in the Bible that the Bible says that Jochebed saw that he was a finely son? Have you seen? Have you seen your child? Have you seen your daughter? Because if you have truly seen your daughter, those words, you go and trash those words. So that even if they annoy, oh, my daughter annoys me, let me just confess to you. Let me just confess, she annoys me. Or I allow myself to be annoyed, whichever. And I will say, you hear me say, you annoy me, oh, you annoy me, don't annoy me, annoy me, oh. But never will I now. It cannot. It's too expensive. Those wrong words, they are too expensive for you. You can't afford them. Those heavy words, they're too expensive. You can't afford them. Jochebed envisioned Moses and placed that in the center of God's agenda. That's a mom. That's a mother. Have you envisioned? Are you placing your child in the agenda of God for our generation? Should we know that our generation is coming? Time is coming. I mean, you're thinking, oh, she will not be the one they will not go and chase. Do you understand what I'm saying? I can't even bring myself to say those kind of words because I don't think it in my head. I can't even say it. So work. So now that we have envisioned, that there's work to be done. So do your work. I'll also do my work. Let's all do our work. And I will trust God for the increase. That's what we need to be doing. Not, oh, I'm tired. Oh, this is. No, we need to be doing. If I need to get trainings, I get them. I need to get in courses, I get them. I need to practicalize, I get them. I need to teach, I need to sit with, I need to do, I get them. Because why? I've envisioned in my head. There's a vision in my head, though. There's a vision in my head. Work in line with the vision. Then finally for today, you have to understand that your daughter is a work in progress. I hope you understand this. Sometimes when they say, let me make a joke. Let me say something I used to say. So my daughter's current community, current circle, she's the youngest. And I'll be like, this one, this one, why are you not, like, are you not, just everything. And I just now say, Lola, she's a work in progress. And I'll go and drink water. Is it hard? Oh, trust me. But will it be worth it? It will be worth it. Your daughter is a work in progress. As I'm talking to you, I'm talking to myself. Give grace. Give grace. The grace you extend to other people's children, extend it to your daughter. I've told you, no daughter should be able to get from you what your own daughter has not been able to get. The grace, the love, the connection, the patience, especially the patience, the good words. Your daughter should get everything. Your daughter should get the best of you at all times, no matter what. Sometimes I do a 15-hour shift and I come up and it's not whatever, I put it aside and I just take on the personality of someone. I'm not going to say I won't. I won't. I won't. I won't. So please, your daughter is a work in progress. Don't forget 10 things, all important, but the most important, I said, envision your daughter. Once you have your daughter envisioned, is to change how you speak to her. So how do I handle disappointment in my daughter? The same word disappointment is from struggling. Is my daughter struggling with something? What do I need to do? Determine who the disappointment is for. Go and ditch your ego. You don't need ego in parenting. See it as a feedback of the work we've done so far. Sit with her to understand. Don't judge, don't label, don't criticize. Never label her with her issues. Workout means to help your daughter and fill the gap. Please, that is what you need to be doing. Create opportunities for feedback sessions between you both. Envision your adult daughter. See as a prophet should see, because that's what you are about your daughter's life. See, what am I saying her to be? Walk in line with the vision you have. The vision will not just come and happen. It has to take a lot of intentionality, a lot of hard work. Then understand that your daughter is a work in progress. So if you begin to internalize all these things, you see that you're cutting yourself some slack. And all of the please go out. Don't use such words. And after listening to this class, and you see that kind of word, I'm coming for you. Because your daughter is not a disappointment. Rather, your daughter is a blessing. a blessing waiting to happen everywhere. That's what your daughter is. I don't know where you saw, where you picked all those words from. Your daughter is a voice in our generation, because that's what me I'm seeing. Me, I'm not seeing any child that now they're going to be chasing up from under boy up and down. Your daughter is big and industrious. Your daughter is the Proverbs 31 woman. Do you understand? You're there going to be joining up to say that. Me, no, not anymore. Today, after this class, you have to repent. Thank you very much. Hope that you have learned something. Don't forget, I keep saying to you, if you're learning here, there is only fair that we grow this community together. Bring your friends on board. Anyone that has a daughter that is close to you should be in this community. And please register your girls for Twitter, where currently we'll start onboarding soon. So bring your girls, please, please, please. Bring your girls. I know what I am saying. No, reach us on our social media and on all our social media and the Twitter. I mean, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. And then we'll be right here. I'll be here next week again because we're analyzed. Thank you. God bless you. And bye bye.